Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to talk about today, and things are getting a little bit spicy in the Call of Duty community. And this is something that I feel like I never have seen before, honestly, especially with a studio talking about this. We're going to get into all this today. There's like 3 different parts of this video. What happened, my thoughts on what happened, and then the future of what I see happening because of all this. Okay, so stick with me and let me know your thoughts as always in the comments down below, because oh baby, get a seatbelt because we're gonna have some fun today. So yesterday, as you know, probably a lot of you watched the video, out of absolutely nowhere, Ghost of Hope, who I think is a pretty well-known leaker. I think he's done a pretty good job. Of course, he's missed a couple times, but not everybody's perfect, guys. So I think he's done a good job of relaying the news, relaying what's leaking, showing what he's seeing in these future Call of Duties. And I trust his opinions 99% of the time. And so out of nowhere yesterday, he tweets, Modern Warfare 4 multiplayer in its current state is a complete copy of Modern Warfare 2, except no perk charge system and less ADS slide penalties. Of course, immediately, this gets a ton of just, I don't know what you want to call it, whether it's positive, negative. It's just, there's a lot of comments. There's a lot of views on this. It's almost got 1 million views on Twitter. So this is a hot button topic. And so I discussed it yesterday. I thought that this was a great move. I actually don't hate this. And the other part of it is, you know, it's a complete copy, it says in the first half. And then the second half, there is no perk charging and ADS. So there is some change to Modern Warfare 2, because Modern Warfare 2 brought that in, and that was one of the worst things they've ever done. And so that tweet goes out, and just a couple minutes later, he comes out with another one and says there's a ton of visual recoil on the weapons in Modern Warfare 4, exactly like MW2. So it's seeming like this is a copy and paste of MW2 minus a few things. And so obviously feedback from people as the day has gone on is like, I don't know if I like that. Yesterday, my video, please watch it. I was kind of into it. I don't hate this. I feel like this is the direction Call of Duty maybe needs to go for a year or two, because I don't think the sliding and omni movement has worked. Anyway, that's not the video today. The video is actually what Infinity Ward did yesterday out of nowhere. I don't know what's going on here lately, because I feel like people are just randomly, like, all these tweets are happening like 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm sitting here done for the day, chilling, about to eat dinner, and then all of a sudden my timeline goes crazy. And so this is what happened. Infinity Ward puts out a tweet, and let me mind you before I read this tweet, Infinity Ward is known for tweeting out stuff and immediately hiding replies or nerfing replies, not allowing you to reply, or making it seem like where only people that follow the account can reply. It's a Twitter thing, I think. And so when they tweet stuff, usually people have to quote retweet it, and they can't even say anything about them, because Infinity Ward sometimes, listen, they sometimes get a little offended. It's kind of, in my opinion, it's like, you got to let people talk here, man. You got to have a discussion. So they tweet out of nowhere, 5 o'clock, happy holidays, everybody. Wishing our community an awesome holiday season and looking forward to talking soon. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. See you in 2026. And this got a little spicy yesterday, because there's a couple ways to take this. Number one, Ghost of Hope has gotten so well known that he's getting addressed by the direct devs. And I don't know what tweet it was the other day, but there was a tweet that Ghost of Hope had on something, and Charlie Intel had to come out and say, like, I think it was the studio shakeup thing. The studio shakeup, and Charlie Intel, like, quote tweeted, said Xbox called him and said that that's not true. And so Ghost of Hope is obviously on the radar of Call of Duty, the higher ups, and they're, I guess, looking to disprove anything he says right now, because I think part of this is, I think Call of Duty has had such bad press the last couple years that they have got to do some sort of early marketing of this next game, or it just won't survive. And so they are kind of in, I don't even know what mode that is, but it's just like, okay, we need to shut down that, and we need to put out a tweet that says, don't believe everything you hear. Now, alongside that, it's kind of funny because which part is don't believe everything you read on the internet? I don't know if that makes sense, but he had tweeted two separate things. One, it's a copy and paste of the of MW2 minus the charging and the ADS. And then there's also a ton of recoil on the weapons. So are they saying don't believe everything you read on the internet, that there's not a lot of recoil on the weapons? Or are they tweeting out that it's the exact same thing as MW2? Or is it perk charging is back because he's wrong about that leak? So I'm looking at this and I'm going, oh man, okay, so things are going to get very interesting with this, because let's be honest, I think this is very important to note as well. I love Treyarch. I love everything. I love the devs there. They've been great to me. They check my content out. They've given me feedback in the replies. But I don't think that this game right now is moving any needle. And I know I've said that 5 times in the last 5 videos. And to me, that's a problem for Xbox and Microsoft and Activision, because they want to see this game do well over time, and people, buying skins and buying the battle pass. And if there's not players there, their revenue goes down. So in my opinion, I think Infinity Ward tweeting out in December 15th that see you in 2026, I think is a bigger deal than we are thinking, because I truly believe this. And there's a tweet I want to bring up. There is an Xbox Direct in January 2026. And this is where I guess, you see games and stuff like that. I'm starting to think, even reading this tweet again, see you in 2026, is there a world where, because of the numbers, the poor reception of BO7, people not really liking this movement, the game not selling well, the fatigue of the player base, we see Modern Warfare very, very early in January? That I think would be insane, because lately, in my opinion, we have been seeing the games very, very late, not very, very early. I feel like, at least if my memory serves me right, I feel like we used to get teasers for the next Call of Duty in like March, maybe April. And I feel like with Black Ops 7, I believe the first teaser was some event in June. I can't remember what it was, but that was the teaser. And the teaser was that scene where people didn't even know it was Call of Duty till the end of the video, where it said Black Ops 7 and like you heard Menendez. So we've shifted where, the hype has started later. I don't know if that was because they weren't confident in the game. I'm not sure. But I'm looking at this Modern Warfare 4 as an opportunity to get people back. And I know I'm going to sound like a madman. You're going to say, this dude's crazy. He always just says the same thing. He thinks Call of Duty's back. But I truly believe that if they take the criticism that Modern Warfare 2 got and actually listen to the feedback, they can make a really good game. Infinity Ward always, kind of stretches the muscles a little bit sometimes, and sometimes they're wrong and sometimes they're right. So would I be opposed to seeing this game in January? No, I don't. I actually think that might be a good thing, because I think that would get the sour taste of Black Ops 7 out of people's mouths, and seeing where we were going, or seeing Captain Price again, would just get people like, yeah, I miss Captain Price. I miss the Modern Warfare franchise, because it does better. It's just a fact. Modern Warfare is liked better than Black Ops, despite my personal feeling. So that makes me think, okay, we have a January event. Are we getting a trailer like we used to get in like a full trailer in earlier settings, in earlier months? And we know the one big looming cloud over everybody and every gaming developer is that GTA is right around the corner. And if they're releasing their game in November, like they've said, I still don't think that they are. I still think it's going to go to 2027. I could be wrong, but I'm sure these developers are very well aware that it could come out in 2026. So if that's the case, Are we going to see a bump up in this game's release date? So everything's getting pushed forward. Black Ops 7 underperforms. People are fatigued. People don't even really want to play the game. The player base is extremely low. Modern Warfare comes out in January in the Xbox Direct with a trailer, with some sort of something to get us hyped. You know, full reveal in March, blah, 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 blah. And then in the reveal, all of a sudden the game comes out in like August or September. I think that that would be insane. And I think people would, that would raise eyebrows, I think, for people. I think they'd go, oh, okay, Call of Duty's doing something different this year. And so I don't know why they've ever not really dove into that September. I know it's the Christmas sales and all that stuff, but dude, there's usually nothing to play in like August or September. So I don't think that this would be a bad move, especially with GTA coming out. You could get ahead of it. You'd be 2-3 months ahead of it. And you're playing Modern Warfare 4. And like I said, going back to the rumors of them saying Ghost of Hope's tweets are wrong, which ones are wrong? And are they, maybe he saw an early build. Maybe he saw MW4 as a clone of MW2 in an early build, and it's not a recent build, and they've changed some things based on feedback, based on what people have been saying. And maybe we're headed for a good year. I want to give Infinity Ward the benefit of the doubt. I said it last night. I can only hope that they've learned their lesson. I think that there needs to be some sort of balance between what they did in MW2 and Black Ops 6. Like, find the middle ground. I think it was MW19, movement-wise. I don't know why they just didn't stick with that. That feels like the best performing game, gunplay, movement. But I don't know. I think for some reason, I think we are headed for a good year. I don't know why. Could be crazy. But let me know what you guys think. I know it's like kind of a juicy, this feels like a TMZ story. Like where I'm doing the news of two separate people saying two separate things. But it's weird. Hope's usually right. Infinity Ward doesn't usually listen. So you have to take that with like, well, we're probably leaning towards believing Hope here. But if Infinity Ward comes out and shows us something different, I'm for it, man. I'm for it. So let me know what you guys think, guys. Do you think Modern Warfare, do you think Infinity Ward has learned their lesson? Do you think they're going to make a banger Call of Duty? Or do you think we're just setting up ourselves for a big slap in the face? COD is dead. GTA is back. I don't know. I think it's going to be a fun year. I do. But that's just the COD shill in me, I guess. Anyway, last thing, make sure you follow me on Twitch. Make sure you turn your noties on and subscribe. We have been doing these live streams, yapping about COD, doing Reddit reads. I just want to continue to plug that at the end of the video, because if you stayed, y'all are real ones. And yeah, it's been great. So we'll keep doing the roundtable discussions, keep chatting and yapping about COD. And just thank you guys so much for the support. This has been enjoyable as all get out for me to do these videos. Okay, we got more news to cover, so there'll be another video tomorrow and the video after that. We'll see you tomorrow.